The West Virginia primaries are Tuesday, May 10th, and we know you may have some questions before you head to the polls. We're breaking down everything you need to know before you cast your ballot. We're talking one-on-one with West Virginia Secretary of State Mac Warner. Mac, thanks so much for joining us today. One of your main roles in this election is ensuring a fair and secure system for all voters and holding those election officials to account. What are some steps you and your office are taking to make sure that happens?
Well, thank you for having me on and talking about the elections. We are working very closely with the county clerks, and really when it comes to elections, the county clerks are the key players as they are the ones that are running the elections in their respective counties. And they have been doing a fantastic job. There's been a lot of things thrown at them this year with redistricting after the census of 2020, and then the redistricting of our House of Delegates went from 67 districts to 100 districts. These are single member districts now. And that's a lot of lines that are being drawn on the map. And you may recall that we even lost a congressional seat. So the clerks have been doing all of that, getting the poll books ready, getting the poll workers trained, getting the machines checked. All of that comes under their purview. And again, they've just done across the state, they've done a fantastic job.
Like you said, that redistricting has been quite a bit on every single level. What is your office doing to make sure that everybody knows where they can go to cast their ballots? Where are their precincts located now? Because it may not be the same place that it was for the last election.
Exactly, and that's why we've gone to this govotewv.com. That's our website, and we're actually leading the nation in this regard. We're using GIS mapping. It's the latest it's an interactive map that we have on that website. You can go in there and just type your address in, and these various districts will pop up. Your magisterial district, your House district, Senate, your congressional, all of that comes up. And now you can even type in and find out where your precinct is, where your polling location is. Because of these lines being redrawn on the map, people may not be voting in the same place that they have in the past. So again, the website is govotewv.com. It's a pretty slick, very easy to use tool, and you can find out exactly where you're supposed to be voting. I will mention that if anybody goes to a precinct, let's say you've gone there in the past, and for whatever reason your name isn't on the poll book or someone thinks that you're in the wrong precinct, don't leave without voting. Everybody should be able to vote regardless. Now, it may be a provisional ballot, and that can be sorted out after the fact, but if you're confused on where you need to go vote, you can call your county clerk, but the govotewv.com website is the easiest, most secure way of finding out where you're supposed to be voting.
And a lot of West Virginians voted last week into the weekend for early voting. Why is it so important that if West Virginians haven't gone out to the polls that they do so on Tuesday?
Well, the most secure form of voting is on Election Day. And so that is Tuesday, May 10th. And so that's what we encourage people to do, is to vote in person. And the reason for that is if there are any questions that pop up, you have people there that are trained from both parties to observe and help you through the process. So if there's a question about a ballot or some other procedural matter, you can vote or get those questions answered as you're voting. Of course, West Virginia does allow early voting. That has occurred. It would stop there on Saturday at 5 o'clock. So now your only option to vote is in person on Election Day. But don't worry, that is how most West Virginians do choose to vote, is in person. And if you have any concerns with COVID, that sort of thing, you're free to wear a mask if you want, but you don't have to. But they are taking the precautions there at the polling locations to make sure that everybody is accommodated. Regardless of your situation, you should be able to vote tomorrow if you want.
All right, West Virginia Secretary of State Mac Warner there for us. Thanks so much for breaking all of that down and just highlighting the importance of getting out to the polls. Really appreciate you chatting with us. Thanks.
Sure. Thank you.